This is RJ. Welcome back to Keto Over 50. This is going to be so much fun. I was so excited when I first introduced you to my 2-ingredient, no-bake candy, that perfect little sweet bite to have that won't throw you out of ketosis. It's great after any meal. You probably watched the video. I'm going to share it with you here. You can see the trouble I went to. It's still relatively easy, but if you'll stay till the end, you're going to see how I've improved this. One of my wonderful viewers said, why don't you just do it this way? Well, I had already tried it that way, and it's a keeper. And I thought, well, I can't have you guys out there struggling. So watch the video for the laughs. Stick till the end to find a much easier way to make my 2-ingredient pumpkin seed chocolate nut clusters. It's so easy. Just watch me struggle, and I hope you get some laughs out of this. And I'll see you again at the end of the video with my super simplified method for making these wonderful treats. Today, I am going to show you one of my favorite keto recipes for keto nut clusters made with the incredibly divine and high protein pumpkin seeds. These are so good. I created this recipe a little while ago. I didn't really create anything. I put a few ingredients together, and I have made it 3 times since the first time I made it a little while ago. All you have to do, this is so easy. It's just incredible. Okay, so I melted some chips. I used Lily's sugar-free chocolate chips, but whatever sugar-free chips you like. I try to get the dark chocolate style, because the darker one is just better for you. Look at where I put my spoon down. I have a big chocolate spot. Okay, so you're just going to do it as if you were making cookies on a cookie sheet. Put a little spot of chocolate down. And I'm using wax paper because you can have, some parchment paper is waxed, but I guess I'm just an old-fashioned girl. I think the wax paper does a much better job of holding this and releasing it once they're cold. And this is no bake other than melting the chocolate chips, which is a no-brainer, right? We can do this. This is such a great snack. Sometimes when I'm done eating, because I have such a sweet tooth, I could eat a big old ribeye. It doesn't matter. But when I'm done, I want a little sweet something. And these are great. Now, don't make them too big, because then you have to bite into them. You want like a 2-bite treat, really. Not that first one I made is way too big. Okay, we'll take some away from him. Put it over here. If you need to reheat the chocolate while you're doing this, that's fine. The first time I made these, I split the pan, and I did some with pumpkin seeds, some with pecans, toasted chopped pecans, and I think I did some with peanuts too. And I have to tell you, when you have a clear winner, that's just incredible. So you want to stick with that. I really like the pumpkin seeds. Now, if you're craving some candy and you don't have pumpkin seeds, you could do sunflower seeds with these, and you don't have any pumpkin seeds, use what you've got. This is how it's done. And you just put enough seeds on so that you're having some protein and not feeling guilty about having a piece of candy. And then you just want to gently press them into the chocolate. They can come off the sides, just like a pecan turtle, right? The longer you do this, you'll develop a technique where you just drop the nuts on. And you want to make sure you keep your finger clean if you reach into the nut bowl so you don't get chocolate all over the nuts that are in there. So I just poke them around and make sure they cover the chocolate, and then I wipe off my finger and maybe put 1 or 2 more delicately placed on there. So we're halfway done already. I also brought out my Malden salt, which you can use when you're done. If you like salted caramel, you might like salt on these. Now that I've remelted this chocolate, probably because of my disastrous pumpkin tart, my little pumpkin pie bites, where I tried to put this really liquid pudding-like substance that was supposed to be whipped and squeeze it out with a star point. If you haven't seen that video yet, it's going to become a classic. Anyway, I was thinking this might even be easier because sometimes when you're really all you have to do is drizzle or put a little chocolate just like this and spread it around so that the nuts don't come off. So you can see that. But I was thinking if I could drizzle the chocolate on, that might be even easier. So I just put a little baggie over a glass so it would be easy to do that. And I'm going to take my scissors and cut the tiniest little hole. See what happens. I love experimenting for you guys. Oh, sure. That is so much easier than messing with the spoon. Uh-oh. I have a chocolate chip stuck. Get out. Get out there. There we go. Okay. There he is. He came out. Get out. Okay. I'm going to mess these up with my finger now. Sometimes I can't leave well enough alone, you know? But look at this. This is so easy. And I'm just going to do like circles. Oh dear. I can feel a chocolate chip stuck in there. I could either make the hole bigger or I could endeavor to persevere as is, which I'm going to do. So the purpose of putting the chocolate on the top as well as on the bottom is so that the nuts don't come all apart. This is much easier than trying to apply it with a spoon. Look at that. Boom. How fun. You could even squeeze out someone's initials, maybe your grandkids. We'll see if I can do an R here, kind of. Okay, maybe that's not my best suggestion. Maybe if their name is T or starts with an O, or you can do this with a spoon and just spread it on top. Actually, it helps to have it on there first and then just spread it. So easy. So you can leave it just swirled on top, or you can use the back of a spoon and spread it around a little bit. You'll see when you start eating these, you're going to think, oh, I think I want them thinner or thicker or more bite size, smaller, whatever. But look at this. That is 2 ingredients. I mean, we don't have to work that hard, do we? This is so good. And then the last step is eat and enjoy. But the very last step of the process of making them is to just put them in the refrigerator until they're hard and ready to come out. I usually keep them in a little canister and they get nice and hard. Look at this. Beautiful little pumpkin seed candies. It's just the perfect bite. A little bit of salt on the nuts. I didn't put extra salt on the top. And that dark chocolate. One of these after dinner, and I'm done for the day. Ready to start my intermittent fasting again. These are so good. First, I'm going to start by heating up some Lily's chocolate chips in the microwave. Oopsie, if I can pick up the package. Some Lily's chocolate chips, they're sugar-free and 1 net carb, I think. Okay, that took 90 seconds in the microwave to melt the chocolate perfectly. And now I'm going to add, I'm not measuring, about 1/3 of a cup of pumpkin seeds. And I think I used about 1/3 of a cup of chocolate. Try it 50-50, same amount of chocolate as seeds, and see how that comes out. You might want fewer seeds per nut cluster. So you're the only one you have to please. Now look at this. Compared to what I was doing, struggling, they're all there. I don't have to put it in an envelope and squirt it out. I don't have a piping gun, sorry. So, and then I like to make them small so they're one little bite. And you're just going to put these on the tray as if you were making cookies. And then I go back and I flatten them a little bit, try to get them all the same size and not make a huge mess. I try. Sometimes, oh, can you see that? Oh, wait a minute. Sometimes they just have a mind of their own and they want to make a mess. But I mean, compared to putting the chocolate down and then trying to sprinkle the nuts on it. Oh my goodness. I went through the trouble so you won't have to. How's that? And now when you go to make these, you're going to say, I'm so glad RJ updated that video because I wanted the candy, but I didn't want to go through all that to make it. I just like them about 1 inch wide, relatively small. And when you spread them out, they get thinner. They will melt in your hands. That's why you want them bite size. I keep them in the refrigerator in a little baggie or a canister. And I have to tell you, I have made these consistently since I first made them. I just absolutely love them. I love the texture of the pumpkin seeds. And I just think this is just an unbeatable snack. It's so good and it's so easy. So here's a tray, 5 times 4, about 20 some clusters. Get all of it. And this, if I eat one a day, okay, sometimes 2 a day. That's why I'm laughing, because I'm lying. Okay, 1 or 2 a day, let's put it that way. And if I eat 1 or 2 a day, then this lasts me almost a month. I usually use my bigger cookie sheet, and it does make about 30. So easy. So you know what to do next. You got this recipe already. Put it in the fridge, let it chill for 2 hours or so, and then they just pop right off the wax paper. Again, use wax paper, not parchment paper, because they will really come right off of there. I'm telling you the truth. I have these on hand all the time because they're so easy to make and they really hit the spot. I went through this when I started making my peanut butter chocolate chip keto cookies, which are so good. But I ate them till I didn't want to look at one again. And these are my new obsession. I just love that snap. You can always tell if chocolate's good if it makes that snap. In fact, I had the honor of having lunch one day with Forrest Mars from Mars Candy and Ethel M chocolates here in Las Vegas and Milky Ways and Mars bars and all that. And they don't keep their chocolates. They have them for, I think it's 2 weeks or a month, and then they toss them because they don't want anyone to get a bad piece of chocolate. But he said you can always tell when you bite into it and it snaps. It's good. So to have this and to have it be sugar-free, I'm in heaven. We're going to put these in the fridge, and later tonight I'll pop them off and put them in a canister. I hope you watched the whole video. It was pretty funny. I was struggling with the piping bag. Oh my goodness. And who was it who commented? I am so grateful for all your comments. And she said, why don't you just mix them together? And I laughed when I read it because I had made them again and I just mixed them all together. It's just one of those common sense things. I hope you're entertained. And the more I struggle, that's okay. I just want to make you laugh. And I want to show you the secrets of keto. Thank you for joining me. Again, this is RJ for Keto Over 50. Try those candies. They're so easy. And stay beautiful. You know you are. I'll see you next time.